Okay, my hair is a little crazy right now, but we just gonna keep it moving. Hey guys, welcome back. I want to say what's up, subbies, and what's up, newbies. That's anybody checking me out maybe for the first time. It don't even matter. It really doesn't. Come on in. Just come on in, okay? Okay. So today we're gonna have a little fun, okay? We're gonna go over some of the hair jive that's in the hair community, okay? Now, when I say hair jive, I mean hair jargon and some of the acronyms that are floated around. You may have seen them here and there on the hair boards and so forth and so on. Well, I'm here to explain some of them that you may already know, and some that you may not, because I know when I first started my hair journey and I got into the hair boards and people were throwing around BSL and this and that and EVU and all this other stuff, I was like, huh? I'm sorry, say what now? Like, I had no idea. It was like this secret society of verbiage where you needed special access to get into, and I didn't have that access because I had no idea what they were talking about. Okay, so I had to do a little research on my own. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh yeah, girl, I already knew about that one. So anyway, today we are going to go over some of the acronyms that can be applied to pretty much the whole hair community, whether you're relaxed or natural, but some more than others when it comes to certain terms. But we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that really quickly. Now, the first cluster of acronyms that we're going to go over, it basically refers to the length, okay? The length of the hair. So the first one is SL, okay? So for anyone in the class who doesn't know, okay, or came late and just sat down and don't know what's going on, SL is short for shoulder length, okay? So that's pretty straightforward. We can deal with that. Then there's CBL, okay? CBL is collarbone length. Okay, collarbone length. So you go from shoulder length to collarbone length. Moving on down the list, we have APL, which is armpit length, okay? So very self-explanatory. Again, we're dealing with the length. So shoulder, collarbone, armpit. So if it comes down to the armpit, then you are at APL, or armpit length. Now, this next one is very near and dear to me, since I have just joined this squad, as I have just achieved this one for myself. Yes, thank you very much. This one is BSL, which is bra strap length. Bra strap length. BSL, or bra strap length, okay? So this was a first goal of mine and I finally achieved it. But this one I'm really holding on to. This is BSL, bra strap length. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get back to the acronyms. Then you have MBL, okay? MBL is mid-back length. Again, straightforward. We're going off of links, and this one is mid-back length, which is the mid of your back, okay? So that's MBL, mid-back length. And then rounding out, at least the ones that I have listed for lengths, we have WL, which is waist length. So that's a little lower than mid-back length, okay? So again, very straightforward, waist length, WL. Okay, so this next one is definitely bandied about a lot, okay? I did one, well, I call it this, but a lot of people refer to this, okay, in their hair journey, and that is BC. We're talking about big chop, BC, big chop, okay? And that's basically when it's again, kind of straightforward, but that's when you make the biggest cut to your hair. Whether you're transitioning from relaxed to natural, or you just decided to cut it all off, then it's basically considered a big chop. It's way bigger than a trim, okay? And it's definitely bigger than a dusting. So it is a big chop, okay? Big chop, BC. Now, a lot of times when you do these BCs, you end up with this next one, okay? Now, this next one is called a TWA. Are you talking about those airlines that used to exist way back in the day? They gave you a little pin on your lapel when you were a little kid? TWA? No. Now, that's pretty old school, okay, TWA, but I'm not talking about the airlines. I'm talking about TWA as far as teeny weeny afro. And out of all the acronyms, I think this one is pretty cute. You know, teeny weeny afro, I think that's pretty cute. But anyway, it's just like, again, pretty straightforward. And a lot of people who did the prior end up with this one, okay? A teeny weeny afro, which is basically what it is. Instead of a big afro, you got something nice, short and cute, you know? And again, this usually refers to the natural hair community, okay? As far as the afro, I think we can figure that one out. But anyway, TWA, teeny weeny afro. Now these next two, these threw me for a loop for a while because I had no idea what they were talking about. Now the first one is EVOO, okay? EVOO, which is extra virgin olive oil. Now this second one, you may or may not have heard of, maybe you have, EVCO. Now you get an extra point if you can figure this one out. I'll wait. Okay, so for all that are playing along, EVCO is extra virgin coconut oil. I had never heard of that one, okay? And like I said, the first one I kind of had to figure out, you know, I would see it floating around a whole lot, EVOO. And I said, I wonder if, and yeah, extra virgin olive oil. But the second one I had never really heard of, okay, until recently. So that's EVCO. Like I said, check your scorecards, check your bingo cards. If you got this one without me having to even explain what it is, you get 2 points. Okay, so we're rolling along. I think we're getting it. We're getting there. This next one is ACV. ACV, which is apple cider vinegar. Yes, it's the actual thing that you can find in the store, okay? And people like to use it, both natural and relaxed. They like to add this or do this to the hair as far as using it as a rinse because it helps to clarify the hair as well as it adds shine to the hair, okay, by closing up those cuticles. So with that being said, ACV is probably nothing new to a lot of you guys. You probably already heard of it. Some of you probably already use it, ACV. And then we have, again, with all the topical ones, because we're talking about things that you can put on your hair, okay? So with the acronyms that refer to the things that you can put on your hair, this one we just talked about, okay? We just talked about, just did a video on, and we just broke it down. And we broke it down to its finest compound, okay? So, you guys should know this one. Anybody who has attended the last class, okay? JBCO. JBCO. Oh, yes. Are you raising your hand? Yes. What is that answer? Yes, you are correct. That is Jamaican black castor oil. Very good. Very good. Jamaican black castor oil. We already, like I said, we already went through it. We did a video on it. This one is just that. It's the black castor oil, okay, that is roasted. This is referring to the black castor oil that a lot of people use, both natural and relaxed, more so natural because it's very heavy. But both use it, okay, and it's very widely spoken about in the hair community across the board. And it's very beneficial as it helps to stimulate growth or stimulate your follicles to encourage growth. It helps to moisturize. It has a lot of good things underneath its cap. And again, for all those who are late to class, I'll have that video down below. Now this next one is DC, okay? No, not that DC here in America. We're not talking about that one. We're talking about deep condition, okay? Deep condition, DC. Again, straightforward, self-explanatory, but I had never heard of this acronym until recently, DC. So there is that, DC. Then we have LOC and LCO. Now, anybody who's natural, you guys already know this one, I'm sure, or have heard of it talked about very heavily. And this one stands for, the L stands for liquid, the C stands for cream, and the O stands for oil. And this is basically a way that you can moisturize and seal your hair. Whether you use liquid, which is usually water, liquid, then a cream, and then an oil, okay? Cream as in maybe a conditioner, then an oil, whatever oil of your choice. Or you do the liquid and then the oil, and then seal with the cream, okay? So LOC or LCO. Those are two variations of the same method of moisturizing and sealing your hair. Now this next one I've never used, but you know I always talk about this. I always talk about how Paul Mitchell is one on my list. I always talk about how Theory is the ultimate one, okay, on my list. And we're talking about HGs. Say it with me now. Holy grails, holy grails. That's what we're talking about. HG stands for Holy Grail, which basically refers to any product that you cannot do without. It is your staple. It is your zhuzh. It is your go-to. It is your steady that you would never, ever break up with. And that's what we're referring to when we talk about Holy Grail. Some people use the acronym HG. I just say it all together. I just say Holy Grail. But when you see HG floating around anywhere on the internet, well, as far as hair boards, that's what they're talking about, Holy Grail. And finally, to round out this list, okay, this is just a little short list, but that's okay. To round out this particular list, when you haven't found your HG and you're on your DIY and you go to the BSS, that's Beauty Supply Store, you go there very often, okay, in search of, because you love the pursuit, okay, and the having and the collecting and the, we talking about you are now officially a PJ. Yes, I said it. You are officially a PJ, and the first thing in being a PJ is admitting that you're a PJ. Now, what am I talking about? PJ? I'm talking about product junkie. Yes, you have to be honest with yourself. And if you qualify for this particular acronym, it's okay. We have all been there, most of us. And, you know, for those of us who have been newly cured by finding our HGs already, and now we are totally sated with our products, it's okay. It gets better. You gonna get there. You're gonna find your HGs, okay? And some of y'all just do it just because y'all like to have fun and y'all like to collect or whatever. But it's okay. There is no judgment here, okay? No judgment. But PJ stands for product junkie, okay? Yes, I used to be one, but I have since been reformed. And all those who are still in the midst of it, that's okay. We're going to touch and agree that you get out of it pretty soon. It's okay. I know it has its moments where it's just fun and invigorating or whatever, but I'd rather have some HGs, you know, in my stash, you know, than just collect a whole bunch of stuff. But that's okay. Like I said, it can be very, very enticing. You know, you see those new bottles and new products and you just say, ooh. So anyway, PJ, that's going to round out our list of the hair jive or hair acronyms, okay, that have been floating on hair boards, and maybe you didn't know, maybe you asked and no one answered, or maybe you were curious. Those are some of the ones that popped up, you know, on my screen that I wanted to share with you. But I'm sure a lot of you guys probably knew about 90% of them, okay? But it's just good to share and talk about them, okay? So for the rest of those who were very curious, there you go, okay? Your guide to Hair Jive 2021. So that wasn't too bad, right? We were in and out, okay? So if you have anything to add, just let us all know. I know I did not list them all, but if you have any that would be interesting to tell, I mean, please do tell. Do tell. Other than that, I want to thank you so much for dialing in and showing up. I really do appreciate it. I really do. I really do. And yeah, we'll be back talking about some more stuff. Girl, we got more stuff to talk about. So what are you doing? You need to come back for that. So you already know. It's going to be the same Dolce dial. It's going to be the same Dolce channel. So you come on back. All right.